Imagine an airport with no planes, no runways, no screaming jet engines, and best of all, no lost luggage. This was the planeless plane airport, a true marvel of modern engineering. The terminal was a vast, silent hall of white marble, filled with shimmering glass arches. You could step into an arch in rainy London and, just a heartbeat later, feel the warm sand of Waikiki between your toes. It was the era of instant living. For years, these teleportation grids worked flawlessly, with 100% accuracy, whisking millions of people between continents in the blink of an eye. It was perfect. Until the day the grid cracked. It all started with a flicker. A businessman, rushing to a board meeting in Paris, stepped through gate 42. But he never arrived in France. Instead, he simply vanished into what experts called a null zone, a dimension of endless, screaming static. Then, it got worse. The coordinates began to drift. The airport's powerful central AI started pulling locations not from maps of our world, but from the swirling, chaotic vortex of the multiverse. This was the first wave. A family, excited for their trip to Disney World, stepped through their gate and found themselves on a planet with 3 suns and bizarre purple gravity. They were the lucky ones. Then came the second wave. The arches didn't just send people out anymore. They started letting things in. The breach happened at gate 7. It began pulsing with a rhythmic, wet thumping sound. Before security could even react, a swarm of creatures with scales like obsidian crawled through the glass. They came from a dying nebula, dragging the freezing cold vacuum of deep space right into the terminal with them. Chaos erupted. The planeless plane was no longer an airport. It had become an open wound in reality itself. Gravity began to fail, sending suitcases and panicked travelers floating helplessly toward the ceiling. Strange, alien plants started sprouting from the floor tiles, growing in seconds, and the intercom, which once calmly announced flight updates, now broadcasted the terrifying whispers of ancient gods from the deep cosmos. The world's greatest shortcut had just become the world's front door to an absolute disaster. What would you do if you were trapped inside? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this. Thanks for watching.